Welcome to another edition of Splat, and I'm your host tonight, Chris. And tonight we've got the co-owner of Indie Battlegrounds, Brian Waltz, and also on the phone, Jay Shadow Fox. Did I say that correctly?
Correct.
And he is the scenario master for this weekend's game. So welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Hello.
So, Brian, you're with the Grim Reapers, right?
Yeah, just recently joined them, just within the past, I'd say 3 or 4 months.
So, and you guys are the ones hosting this event this weekend, is that right?
Correct. Yeah, Jay Jordan on the phone with us is the scenario master and the captain of the Grim Reapers.
And Jay, you're going to be the scenario master, right? You're going to be the guy that's kind of running the show, right?
That's correct. I have a big white mask and armadillo dreadlocks and a big orange shirt and black pants. In other words, I'm wearing a clown outfit. So
Awesome.
if anybody has a problem, come see me and leave the refs alone. Let them do their jobs. That's basically what I'm there for.
So, how long have and either one of you guys can chime in, but how long has Predator's Bane that series been going?
This is our third one. Now, we did one year where it was a fundraiser, kind of a trial run, 1 October. And then last year, we did the first one. So this is the second. It's the third Predator's Bane. That's why we have three, but it's the second official one at the field.
Gotcha. Where was the other? You said this is the second one at this field. Where was the first one at?
Well, it was at this field too, but it wasn't advertised. It was word of the mouth. We raised this gentleman from the 502nd was hurt really bad in a car accident, so we just threw something together to raise him some money, and everybody gave the profit to him. And he's walking now. It's amazing. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. He's back playing paintball. So that's cool.
Awesome.
Chris Waddell, he's a great inspiration to a lot of people. So
they carried him out here in a chair during that event, and now he's back. And when I see that guy, it's what it's all about. It's what helping people out. Plus, seeing him fight through it, they didn't even know if he was going to live or walk again. So you got to give that guy like 100% ups.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Paintball, from what I've seen, and I haven't been doing it very long, I just kind of got into it last year. But everything that I've seen about paintball is, I don't know if you've ever heard me say this or not, but it's a giant family. Like, it doesn't matter if you live in Detroit or if you live in Indianapolis. It's like you're one big family. And everybody in the paintball community, it seems like they reach out to you and they're there to help you any way they can.
Oh yeah. His brothers, you could just see the 502nd rally around him. It just shows you what a great bunch of guys they are too. It was just fun to be a part of it, and just inspired to see him back.
Awesome. So, who are the commanders of this event coming up?
For the Blackwater side, we've got Chad Carter from the Great Lakes Rangers, and then his XO is going to be Paco, which most of the paintball community knows Paco. So, and then Special Forces wise, you'll have Michael Fisher from Raw Dogs is the general, and his XO is Joseph Fazingo from the Alpha Dogs. So those two are making a trek to get here, but yeah, it's going to be a good battle between them.
Alpha Dogs coming all the way from Alabama.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chad coming down from up north, and which state is it exactly he's from?
He's from Michigan.
That's what I thought. Okay.
That's awesome. That's great that they're coming from that far.
Yeah, we expect a pretty good crowd. We're hoping for 300 plus this weekend.
Wow.
Weather's going to be amazing.
I was going to say about 76 from what I just saw on the news tonight, so it's going to be great weather for it.
Yep. Yeah, everything. Friday, we're going to open the gates at noon for any campers that want to show up and start setting up. And then Saturday and Sunday, gates open at 7 a.m. both days. So we're going to be running all weekend.
Fantastic. So how long have you guys both been, it doesn't matter. How long have you guys been playing paintball?
Well, I've only been playing about 12 years. So my
only
my
only about 12 years.
my son got me out. Well, when you see how young I am, you're going to be like, wow, he's probably should have been playing for 80 years. No, my, my son got me out back and started playing in the woods back here behind the house. I said, look, I can't do this because I'm a immersive personality. I get into this, son. We're gonna be going hog wild about it. I got back there, and then 2 years later, we're joining the team called the Grim Reapers, and in 2008, they had just become a team, so we joined about 2010. So I've been playing on them for 7 years, but we were playing a couple years before that, probably 4 or 5 years before that, before I joined their team. So
Very
that's how
cool.
I got started.
I've got a little more time in, even though I'm a youngin compared to Mr. Jordan there. But I started late '80s, so I've got probably close to 20 years in.
Wow.
First time in middle school, a place called Rawhide in Indianapolis, a little tiny indoor place, and then just from there, it just kind of took off. Splatter Zone was one of the famous indoor places in Indianapolis, but we played with everyone, and then Scott Hudnall and Charlie Hayden opened up. It was originally 6-2 Splat, which everyone knows is Paintball Indiana these days, but they were the first ones to start paintball in central Indiana, and I helped those guys out. The field was just right down the road from me, so we spent many years over there, and just kind of grew from that.
Very cool. Very cool. Um, I'm trying to think. So, what kind of um, scenarios or missions do you guys have for this weekend?
Well, what we've done with the event as a team, the Grim Reapers, we're the ones roughing it, designing it, and running it. Basically, in charge of everything on the field side of the net where you'll be playing. When the Battlegrounds approached us to be their our home field, then we started toying with that idea. We did the fundraiser, which was good, and then we approached them, and they said, "Yeah, let's give it a try if you guys want to put on an event." So we try to put on an event that's like other teams will want to play. We travel all over. We'll be at Oklahoma D-Day this year, EMR up in Pennsylvania, Fulda Gap, then fields around the other area, White River. We'll be sure.
Michigan for
Well,
the Monster Game.
yep,
So,
Michigan for the Monster Game. Thank you. And we'll also plan on going up to Chad's event up at his field. We've never been there before. So we go all over the place, see what's good, what's not, and we bring those things to our event, right to missions. It's very team oriented, but we have things for everybody. We have
Awesome.
to go take a flag or shoot people in the face. We got all kinds of stuff. We got young gun missions. In fact, they're so important this year that they have to bring in the pods back that only they can touch, and then there's certain ammo boxes wrapped a certain need help doing that. So it's great hearing parents running around going, "We need a young gun. We need a young gun," and the adult players run and grab them. And they get over there and they're working together to get the mission done. So these are kids. Young guns are usually kids 15, 16 years old. The future of the sport.
Right.
So we had a really positive. I'm maybe heard them do it before, but that's something parents they loved it to get because they become a lot of times they're overlooked. So we we got tactical challenging where we are actually going to keep the leaderboard this year. We're going to score it. We're going to take on the top 8 players before the final battle and take them down the speedball field that's going to be up, and we're going to let them shoot it out last man. Stuff like that. We got feedback from teams, so we try it. And then when we ref, we make sure safety's first. Make sure the missions are run right, the way that we would want it to be done when we play at fields. That's what we do. And that's what's great about Battlegrounds. You got owners who are players. You got the team running the event that are players. So, we're blessed to have all that. So.
Very cool. Yeah, I know that Young Guns. I've kind of said this before. Is Young Guns is you're right, the future of the sport. If you don't get those guys out there, and get them involved and interested, you can't really grow the sport with the older guys. You grow it with the younger guys. So
Yes, we have a round of the tactical challenge just for them this year. So their name, and we have an award for that. So we got their names are going to be up on. We're going to have a leaderboard for the other tactical challenge, and if that grows and the interest grows next year, then we'll expand the young gun too.
very
So we take feedback, we try to change it. There's only so much we can do, but we will. So a lot of the insertions have been tweaked a little bit this year. We put the insertions the way we do because the only other really option is to put them at the fort, the brig back there in the other corner, and then the tree line becomes the stopping point every year. So every time we played a lot on that field before we actually did a scenario there. So we thought, well, we're going to put the insertions this way and try it, and we did it at fundraiser, and it was a huge success. People liked it a lot better. So that opens up the field, so you can go left and right. So we have a lot. We've been out there today putting up flags. I stepped everything off. We time people. We have them run to each flag from each insertion, so we know we've got everything set up so it's even and fair all over the field, which is what we ask when we go to other places. So
very cool. So do you guys have certain insertion times? Like I know at Sherwood we were talking about like it was constant insertion, and then some of the games are like every 15 minutes or every 10 minutes.
Right. Ours is constant. That's
it?
the way we're doing it right. Yeah, ours is constant.
Very cool. And then, like you said, you guys have.
There'll be missions going on. Yeah, there'll be missions going on all throughout the day as well. So
yeah,
there's always something happening.
Our missions are some of them are simple, get to a place and shoot a building, and other ones are multi-layered. You have to do this. Oh, now we have to go do this, and you have to do that. And almost all the perks you get, you start off with a few things like first aid kits and things like that. Some healing cards and some rockets, but most of it's on the field, and you have to go find it and bring it back. You don't get points and then go buy what you want. You got to find it on the field. That's a mission, and then you get whatever's in the box that you bring back. That's what you get as your perk. So we make you earn it.
Cool. So then you guys have, like you said, you have first aid kits and stuff like that. And now do you have like medic cards and like engineer cards, or do you?
We have engineers, we have scientists, and we have medics. We had a couple different things we do different. The engineers, for instance, if they have an engineer flag with them and they get in the building, then it can't be blown by a rocket because they're like reinforcing the building. We also have team flags, and if you put the team flag with the mission and stick it out the window in the direction of the other team, it's like you're sticking your tongue out at them. We got this place. The flag's the tongue. And if you run the mission with that flag the whole time, then you get bonus points, and both teams can do that. There's certain missions the prop can be stolen during the mission. There's only certain props you can touch. We have them taped a certain way. We have an Alamo mission starting. It'll be Saturday afternoon, and this year, and we cut the whole field in half with orange tape. And there's going to be 10 guys from each team, one set in one building and one set in another building, and they're the only part of that team that can go on that side of the field. Now, there's also a center flag, so the general has to choose whether he wants to go try to get that center flag, which is counted every 5 or 10 minutes, or does he want to send his whole force to get him out of the Alamo? Because if the team that holds the Alamo the longest, they get points for it, and the first mission box is in there, so you eventually have to get it out. And you can only cross the field that orange tape flag is at. So it's kind of crazy. So.
Yeah.
The two teams that ran it last year loved it. They loved being in the Alamo trying to hold out against the whole other team, So that's one of our missions that we do, just to give you a taste.
So what does because you said you had scientists, what do they do?
Yep. Well, they do two things. Scientists can remove, if there's green tape on the field, like tape you would, masking tape, green colored, that is radioactivity, and if anybody touches it, they're dead. So we'll have certain areas taped off, so you can't go through there but a scientist can pass through it. He can go right through it. So if there's a prop box in a building or an ammo box, and it's got tape all around it, he's the only one that can go in and get it. Red tape is poison, so your medics can remove that, but they're the only one that can touch it. Anybody else touches red tape, they're dead. Yellow tape is explosive, and that's your engineers. They're the only one that can touch that. So they can get yellow tape and wrap a whole building, and then it's off limits till somebody comes along and removes the yellow tape. But the only people that can touch that's another engineer. Anybody else gets blown up. So that's what those three things are. Plus, medics can heal people. Engineers can also use the engineer flag. And then the last thing scientists can do, besides moving through radioactive areas, is they're the only ones that can touch the green mission boxes because so they're radioactive. Anybody else is dead.
Huh.
So there you go.
Interesting. That's a really cool idea.
Thank you.
This is a true scenario player's game. I mean, just coming into the Reapers and seeing all the behind the scenes work this year, it's amazing how much time and effort and thought they've put into planning this game out for everyone. So, and that's why it just keeps growing every year. So everyone appreciates all the hard work they put into it, and it makes it fun. It's not overly complicated, but there's plenty of missions and that true scenario style paintball that everyone comes out to play. So it's going to be a great time.
And there's also 5 flags on the field. And if you just say, I don't want to do that, then go pull a flag if you can, because those are counted every 20 minutes, except for the Alamo. During the Alamo, it's counted every 5. In the final battle, there'll be 1 flag in the center of the city. So that'll be crazy.
Oh yeah, I bet. I mean, this final battle is always. It was my first time, playing scenario or whatever this couple weekends ago up at Sherwood, and that final battle I think really took the cake. That last 40 minutes, it really kind of. I mean, that was the most intense out of the whole day, I think. But
yeah, we've been up there. They got a great field. They do good stuff.
So, I think you said, I thought you were going to say that you were going to head up there. I don't know if you were heading up for the May game or the September game.
Well, we vote our schedule in December because we got like half the team that has to work weekends. But what's nice,
gotcha.
Most of them have been there long enough that when we vote on our schedule, when they go ask off, they can get most of those weekends off. So, we do it in December so we can get everything arranged. So we get asked to go a lot of different places and offered, there's quite a number of fields that offer to pay our entry if we'll come. But the problem is we've already made our schedule in December. So we can't just throw people. We may only have 4 or 5 guys, and people take vacations. Other people are doing other things with family on weekend. We got guys on a team from 15 all the way up to, I'm not the oldest anymore, Brian, all the way up to 65. So Colonel Jay Johnson just joined us this year from the Air Force, retired, and he's going to be coming to about 4 or 5 of the events eventually, and he's also. So anyway, we got a big group of, so a lot of family. A lot of family, guys on the team have kids. They'll be joining the team. So we vote on our things every year, and then that's what we go to. Sherwood did not get voted in this year, and it's more of a scheduling thing. But it's a good place.
Yeah,
it's a good place to play.
So, I mean, how did the Grim Reapers get started?
Great question. Travis Curry started the Reapers. His call sign was Reaper, and that was down in Elizabethtown, Kentucky in 2008. And so they called themselves the Grim Reapers, all after Travis, basically. And so they were going along for a couple of years, and we had maybe won an award or 2, and maybe had a sponsor. And then the problem is that at the time they would have 20 guys show up for one event and 3 or 4 in another. The other ones they had scheduled, and he was getting a little discouraged, I think, and plus other things were going on, and they were the money situation for a lot of them, and it was kind of dying. So I asked him if I could take over the team, if he would mind. And so I'd been playing on the team for a couple of years. He'd already made me a field commander, said, I might run the things off the field, but I saw what you've done tactically. I want you to run the field command. And so I asked him to do that, and he said, why don't you do that? Because he said, I don't have the time to put into it money anymore. So I took it over, and what I did was I set up a set of bylaws, things that I'd seen, and these are the things that I want. And then if I ask people to play, I give it to them, and I say, can you follow that vision? Will that make it fun for you to play? Now, here's an important point, and your audience have probably heard this before, but it's really true. there's a lot of different ways to have fun playing paintball, and they're all 100% legitimate, So because I say I make bylaws and we got this team and I love the team and we've had a lot of success, doesn't mean my way is the best way. It just means that we have fun playing this way. So that's an important point. So I just wanted to throw that out. But so whenever I ask somebody to join a team, I show them the bylaws and what you're expected to do. And so they know ahead of time what they're getting into. And if they don't want, and then we have a year probationary period that just to make sure that you're working well with the teams you, and this is what you want to do. And then the following December, if they're still wanting to be on the team, then, we go, hey, I'll talk to them in October. And I'm the one kind of in charge of all that. So that's kind of how the Grim Reaper started, and also how they've, transformed into what they are. And now we've got Planet Eclipse as our sponsor, Valken as our sponsor, of course, Battlegrounds, Armadillo. So we've got great sponsors that sponsor us, and we've worked hard, but we enjoy playing this way. So that's what's happening. I would, any captain that's trying to start a team, I would suggest you do that. If you want to go at an event and play for 2 hours and that's it, that's how you have fun, then that's the way you should play. If you want to do Millisim, or that's the way you should play, if that's how you have fun. We feel like, I'm looking for guys that want to be out there every second. That's why our motto is first on, last off. I'm looking for guys that they're willing to put in 2, 3, 4 cases of paint a weekend, $300, to make a difference on the scenario field, because I'm all in. I've always been an athlete, and that's the attitude, and we're family, and we're going to go out there and try to kick butt, and we may not happen, but we're going to try, and we're going to be out there every second, no matter the weather or what. So yeah, we got guys that train on our team. We even have a PT. So if that's not for you, I'm not saying that's the best way, but I'm looking for those type of people that have fun doing that. That's why we do that. So that's kind of our attitude. And then probably the main thing and more important thing that I always wanted to do is start a team that would do fundraisers, start a team. And our Operation Pathfinders in October, the fundraiser there is to raise money for those dogs that they get from military soldiers when they come back. CNI dogs, for instance, that's one. I just saw another one the other day for a soldier coming back with the syndrome they have, PTSD and all that they don't get along, they can't function. These dogs help calm them down. The dogs have trained to sense when their master is in trouble, and their closeness, and they'll even go sit on their lap. It's amazing, and it'll help calm them down. It helps so they get back in society and how they can control their emotions. So we raise money for that in Operation Pathfinders. You know how much one of those CNI dogs cost?
I can't imagine.
50,000, I think, something like that. Wow. Can you believe that? The dog itself is
crazy.
Yeah, the dog itself is 5 or 6, but the training for the vet and the dog itself, when you put them together, that's when all that training is what the price goes up. And there's probably some other things that I'm not aware of, but I just know that that's what they told me. So Colonel Johnson brought that onto the team. That's what we're doing every fall now to raise money for that. That's important to me, and trying to build the sport and just help people. Help people with our. We've developed a little notoriety, and if we can help people with that some way, and young people get into the sport, fathers and sons and daughters and moms, and to play it's a great sport. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You got people from age 12. 9 and 10 all the way up to 60 that can play against each other at the same time. There's hardly many sports that you can do that with, so.
Right. Well, and then it's great. I mean, I never noticed the amount of women players that are playing. I noticed when we were, like I said, this last event, the amount of, female players that, will come out and play this. I mean, like I said, I'm new to the sport, but I mean, I think one of the girls from up in Michigan ran the gauntlet. So I was like, that was pretty impressive.
Jeanette Truba, yeah, she's she didn't run it. She just like walked it and just took the pain. That was the amazing part.
Wow.
Wow.
So, and it, you got and your team, like the Grim Reapers, do scenario? Do they just do scenario, or do they speedball and scenario?
We our team only does scenarios, but we have a couple players now on the team. We have a lot of, I guess, I'll say ex speedball. They don't do speedball anymore, but some of them done when they were younger. And I don't know, Brian might be one. I don't know all Brian's background yet, but Jeffrey McDuff was on the team at one time. He was, I forget the name of his team. He'll kill me, but he's the one that got me onto Planet Eclipse markers and guns, and he so yeah, we have players. Adler's on our team. He does kind of a mixed 3-man and speedball and things like that.
The
Adler
UWL
Dodson.
is another thing that we do. It's the Ultimate Woods Ball League, and it's the kind of getting back to the roots, like paintball started many years ago. That's the goal of the UWL, and it's a lot of fun. It's the old school tournament paintball that I remember when I first started way back in the day. But yeah, they've got events in Chicago and Columbus, Ohio this year that Adler and I and maybe a couple others will be attending. So yeah, we're looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, there's, I'd say 3 or 4 guys on the team that dip their toe into that. And, hey, the more you play, the better you'll get. And you develop skills in that come into scenario, like when you're gunfighting around a bunker or something, that it's still paintball. It's going to help you and help the team. And so the more you play, the better you get. And they're all different ways of having fun. And there's reasons I don't like it as much, and there's reasons that people that I guess that play speedball don't like scenario much. But hey, it's paintball, and I still support them.
Right.
Yep.
That's awesome. So, now, Brian, how did you get your start? Like, how did you decide to get in with the Grim Reapers?
That was I've played alongside them for a couple of years now, just showing up at the same events or out at battlegrounds, and just, I've got to know the guys, and it was just kind of a natural changeover. Be the easiest way to put it. Just it's a great bunch of guys. Jay runs a tight ship, as you heard, with the PT and just all the other requirements. There's a whole set of new rules that I had to adjust to, but it wasn't too difficult at all. And if you like what you do, then it's definitely worth the change. But yeah, I think it all started. I asked, Jay had one of his sweatshirts on one day, and I said, I need one of those sweatshirts. And Jay said, well, you know how you can get it. And it just kind of went from there. So
yeah, we don't sell them. There's only one way you can get it.
I had to join the team just to get a sweatshirt. Can you believe that? But no, it's been fun. I sat out December. Actually, I had rotator cuff surgery middle of December, and I was hoping and praying that I'd make it back in time for our first event. And with a little pressure from me, my doc cut me loose. So technically, I'm still healing, but we had a great first event out at White River, and my Sherwood one didn't go as well as planned. I didn't have the rest of my boys there to back me up, but we'll get them next time.
Yeah, the Sherwood one's a good example I was talking about, because I didn't even have any idea it was going to be happening. And then I think Billy Jack talked to me about it January or February, and we'd already voted on our schedule for the year. So, guys were working that weekend, guys couldn't take off. So, and I was working that weekend. So it's, that's just the way it happened. But yeah, I'm sure he did well up there. I saw him.
We put up a great fight.
I saw you at White River take out 4 guys out of a bunker, so I'm not worried.
Was that during the spring offensive, Brian?
Yes. Yeah. We had a great time up there. Probably more fun than we should have. But
Christopher Saxon's a scenario master there. I'll put a plug in for him. He did a great job. Yep. White River's made some adjustments over the last couple years, and I'm having more fun there. We need fields. There's been a lot of fields that have closed, and we want to keep playing this great sport. We need to support them, and I think they're doing a great job. Their refs are amazing. The refs got those shields, and they're right in there doing everything. So it was a fun event, run well. Refs were amazing. So
Very cool. Brian, real quick, is there anything you want to talk about with Battlegrounds?
Just we finally got our NXL speedball field in. What's today? Wednesday. We just got it in Tuesday. So it will be set up and in play for the scenario this weekend. It'll be set up just like a speedball field normally, but it'll be playable throughout the whole field during the day. And then when we do the tactical challenge, like Jay said, that's where we'll put the 8 top dogs in the speedball arena to battle it out. And we've got it set up so that you can walk in between the field, so you can actually watch it as a spectator and not have to put your mask on and things like that. So we've done a lot as far as staging goes and as far as spectating goes. So we've tried to make it more spectator friendly. And then we've put a lot of Kevin Black and Chris Robinson and the rest of the guys out at BG, along with myself. I mean, we've done our best to make paintball for the paintball players out there. So it's turning out to be great. We'll have Boxburger out there doing lunch Saturday and Sunday. For those that don't know, Boxburger is like one of the best food trucks around Indianapolis. Absolutely wonderful food. We'll have PB Sports out there selling all their paintball gear. Of course, A-Train and Falcon will be out there selling all their gear. Roger from Team Tags will be out there for players that want to pick up team tags. He was out at Sherwood.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be a good time. There's a Falcon Players Party Saturday evening. I think that starts right around 6 p.m. So yeah, all kinds of great stuff for the players.
Another one of our sponsors, Billy Jack Medford, Integrity Shots Photography, will be on the field, and we're going to be giving him away Saturday afternoon. So if you ever wanted Billy Jack to be given away to, he's going to be taking your picture. I know it sounds, but he's going to be taking your picture and making you a hero. So get there and get on that. We're going to have a drawing for that. So
and you can check out everything on the Predators Bane 3 Facebook page too. And I want to plug Travis Sorensen from Grim Reapers.
Oh,
he has done an amazing job on the awards. He's a woodworker, and there's a couple sneak pictures on there. Get on the Facebook page and check out some of the trophies that he's made. They're incredible.
There's about 14 of them for different awards, and then we have special ones for the tactical challenge. He's got replicas of the Predator's weapons, a couple of them, and he's got those on the very nice wood frame type thing mounted on that. So it looks pretty cool. And we'll probably have at least a mission running out there we're going to get some speedballers out. We're going to have a mission into that speedball field. So we got to use it. So we'll have that. And James Heineman is my executive officer of the Grim Reapers. And that guy has done such an amazing job. When we sat down and wrote this event, I came up with the outline. I came up with most of the mission outlines. Then he took, just like the manager he is in his real job, he took it and put everything by the minute when it should happen. Everything. And then Chip McMahon is going to be in one of our base refs, and Edwin will be in the other Serrano in our other base ref. And the two of them have sat down with James and for hours and hours went over all these missions to make sure they know what to get to the generals when they're supposed to get them. So that's why I say it's produced by the Grim Reapers. If you call me an executive producer, it's fine. Or it doesn't matter if you just call me Grim Reaper. But these guys put in time and effort. The guys have come out. We spent all afternoon, one afternoon, telling the refs what they need to do and the other guys on the team. But couldn't happen without Battlegrounds. They want to put on this scenario for the guys. So it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Very cool. Very cool.
Another plug, Chris Herring will be doing air. He'll be out of town, but his air truck will be there. So no problem on 4,500 fills.
No, not with Chris
He
Herring.
affirms me that everything has been repaired from Sherwood. So had a little hiccup at Sherwood a couple weeks ago, but everything's up and running. We're actually flying a guy in, his partner Will from Denver, to run the air for the weekend. So no air worries. We'll be good to go on that.
Very cool.
Oh yeah.
It looks like you guys are doing a 500 cash giveaway.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Prize markers, and like you said,
Mm-hmm.
the barbecue player party that Saturday night you guys were talking about.
We know for sure there's going to be an E-Tech and the new Etha 2 given away. I know that for sure. I'm not sure from Brian, the other stuff, and Kevin, I haven't talked to them exactly. But we know those two. An Armadillo headgear, one of our sponsors, will be given away.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I don't know. What else, Brian? Do you know off the top of your head?
Kevin hadn't let me in on what the other gun is, but
Okay.
I'm almost positive there'll be a third gun given away as well. Yeah, along with all the cash. And another shout out, our former cohort in crime, Josh Pfaffenberger. He was he still technically is a co-owner of Battlegrounds. Unfortunately, he had to relocate with his new wife. So sadly, he will not be with us this time. He'll be with us in spirit, but he put a whole bunch of work into this event each and every year, and even this year up until the day he left. So big shout out to Josh. He will be missed. We'll do our best to fill his shoes.
Very cool. All right, guys. Anything else? Anything I missed?
Not that I can think of.
I think that'll cover it. Yeah. Any questions? By all means, give us a call at the field, 317-727-5202. Kevin will be glad to answer your call. And if nothing else, you can hop on Facebook to the Predators Bane 3 event page and ask away. Check out the pictures, all the info. The schedule's posted. It's pinned up at the top. Like I said, we'll open the gates up at noon on Friday for camping. And then 7 a.m. Saturday and 7 a.m. Sunday. And we'll just spend the whole weekend doing some great competition.
Awesome.
I'll be down there 2 o'clock Friday. If anybody wants to see me, talk to me about anything, ask me any questions, I'll be there. I'm not a scenario master that stays off the field. I'll be all over the field. So with my phone and my 2 radios. So you can just go to the front desk if you need me or something at the window and say, hey, I need to talk to Shadow Fox, and they'll call me.
Yeah,
it's true.
Very cool. Let's see. I will have the event posted on the Splat Paintball podcast page. I appreciate you guys both taking the time to be on the show today. I'll have it uploaded and on YouTube either today or tomorrow, and then you guys can check it out, share it, like
Awesome.
it.
Awesome.
I've got the previous podcasts on there. I've got any upcoming events. If you guys can think of any, let me know or whatever, and I'll be glad to get the word out there and get all the local events out there. I know that one of our local guys, Matt, he's having a event down at his place this weekend as well for any of the local guys that want to stop down or can't make it up to Battlegrounds this weekend. But other than that, I mean, I think that's it.
Are you going to make it out to the field this weekend?
I am not actually.
Okay.
I'm not. I am actually saving up. I'm getting married in July, so.
Oh.
A lot of.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. A lot of my paintball fund is migrating to wedding fund stuff. So.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, it is because I know Matt was asking me too. He's like, "Oh, you gonna come down?" I was like, "Yeah, probably not."
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right. That's right. And I don't know if you know this or not, or if you heard the podcast last week. My fiance and I have 7 kids together. So she's got 3 teenage boys, 18, 15, and 13, and my kids are 12, 12, 10, 6, and 3. So we've got kind of a mixed brood. So
The
it's
Brady Bunch all over again.
yeah,
Plus one.
all right. And you were talking about getting the young guns into paintball, and my 12-year-old and my fiance's 13 and 15-year-old actually got into paintball last year, and I got them into it, and the older two kind of faded out, but my son just loves it, and Paint the World's kind of helped him out get a few things, and he's like, man, I really wish I could have went to Sherwood, and so he just really wants to get into it and stuff too. So yeah.
Definitely a plug for Louis Leon. That dude's amazing.
I know.
He's doing great things for the sport.
Between him and Mary, I don't know, Mary Burkhart, those
Yep.
two have really gone crazy with the Paint the World. I've actually got another friend of mine who, it's my fiance's son, her oldest son's friend, and they go to high school together, and Paint the World's gonna kind of help him out. His mom's in a wheelchair, and his dad, kind of took off, and so he works to help support him and his mom, and he loves to play paintball. He just played at Anderson not too long ago, and so Paint the World's gonna kind of help him out and kind of give him a jump start. But he's one of those
awesome.
kind of fearless guys that would go out there and just short sleeve shirt, doesn't care, shorts, he doesn't care, he's just going out there taking shots, and he loves it. So yeah. Paintball is such a great sport, and then like I said, I never thought I'd be so passionate about it, but yeah, I mean, I love talking about it and doing the podcast and getting together with people that love it and stuff like that. So, like I said, I really appreciate you guys being on the show tonight and helping, promote events.
Oh yeah.
Your guys' events and stuff like that. And
well, Chris, thanks for all that you do, man, to support the sport and to get the word out, man. We appreciate it so much.
Anytime, and if you guys have anything that you want to promote or get out there, like I said, I'll put it out there, and I'll get it to whoever I can. So
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Hey, no problem. And like I said, I'll have it up on the page here in the next day or two. So appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. Thanks. All right, bye-bye.